Hey guys. So I made a video about the power of projection and how all of us project on one another. It's just part of being a human experience. We can't help it. We would be unfair to say that anyone is ever neutral or objective. And these projections can be negative, they can be positive. It's something that I mindfully work with, especially when I've got clients where they're constantly going into these negative places, and we're looking at, like, how do we get these breakthroughs? How do we start to grow? How do we get ourselves from this place that isn't working to this place, like, where you really want to go? And where I remind them, like, hey, let's start to focus towards where you do have strengths, towards what your joy is, towards where do you want to go. And that's important, like if we only stay in the negative, we're just going to get more of that. And I'm not at all in any way saying dismiss feelings. If you know the work that I have, I teach you a lot about how to meet your feelings, but not get lost in them, how to actually get real with them, but transform them into light and power. Because it's like freedom, as Sartre says, is what you do with what's been done to you. And you've got so much power. Sometimes we forget how powerful we are. But within this, and I'm speaking more to my highly sensitives, and I'm speaking to my empaths. If we're living in a world where we can't control how other people think or feel, and we actually can't control that people will project on us. I just the other day, someone was looking at me and she's like, oh, like, you're looking a little thin. And literally 5 minutes later, someone was like, oh my God, Kat, like, you were strong motherfucker. And you could be a bodybuilder, right? So it's just like, it's really coming from that person. And so, whether we're talking appearance, energy levels, intelligence, capabilities, whatever it is, the thing is that if you can't control how other people speak to you, feel about you, think about you, project on you, you do have a power on what you choose to take on. And of course, there is like an elegance to, someone might be giving me some helpful feedback that I don't feel like hearing, but actually there's some wisdom in there, and so you want to start to build a filtration system where there's like a screen, that you can filter. Like, is this actually helpful and empowering to me? But, let's just get real. Like, most of us are highly unconscious, and we can have bad moods, and we all have our own conditioning and pain. And so there can just be a lot of junk that gets projected, whether we like it or not, whether we mean to or not. And of course, your own core beliefs, your own wounds will make you more prone to absorbing negative things. So there is really essential inner work around understanding those programs that are revolved around your core wounds and belief systems that keep you disempowered and small and not actually you in your full expansion. But this is more in some ways like boundary work, and it can be something that's both what people are verbalizing, but again, energy fields. Like, we forget that there's a way that we have an impact on one another without actually opening our mouth. And you can feel that. Like, you walk into a room and it's like, oh, like, someone's really angry in here. Or you can feel that someone's having a lot of things that they feel about you that could be negative that they're not saying, or positive, right? So one thing is to not need, although self-esteem is built on our relationship with one another. And that's why I'm always looking at, to the best of my ability, how can I be a self-esteem builder for someone else? How can I be a positive impact for someone so that they remember their power and light and strengths, right? But also, it's like not giving our power away, and actually not not letting other people's opinions form us or cause us to lose our energy. And, anyone who starts to expand themselves and you become more visible in the public light, like, yeah, you're going to have haters. Yeah, you're going to have people that don't like you and challenge you. And it's like, are you going to crumble? Are you going to take it all in as truth? Or are you going to really hold yourself? And even just like on a day-to-day level, it can be something where you're at a party and, like, are you absorbing someone's jealousy? Are you absorbing, what are you choosing to absorb? And I guess that's what I'm really honing in on, is that we forget that, especially if you have a more open energy field where you just absorb, you've got to learn that you do have power and control around what you take in and what you don't take in. And you can choose to, you know, someone might throw something at you, but you can decide, like, I'm not going to take that on because it's going to drain me, it's going to confuse me and disempower me. And I actually only want to take in that which supports me, nourishes me, and enlivens me. I hope this helps, and I wish you a wonderful day.